Stop broadcasting. Ah. All right. Good morning, everybody. Louis Porcelino. Today's Friday and September 25th. This is your ES Morning Call. And so, yesterday we kind of called the market right to the bottom, and then Janet Yellen came in and she made everybody feel warm and fuzzy about what they can do and can't do. So, um, look, at the end of the day, the market's still trading in a trading range. I still think that the market's going to make some more attempts to get under 1900 before the market becomes good and solid. But I'm not going to stay married to that conviction as long as we get above the 50% that we talked about, and I've been showing you on that chart. So on the spaghetti chart, so I call it the spaghetti chart because it's a 2 year day chart. But a lot of consolidation, been, a lot of trading has been going on down at these levels. The volumes have been good, and the market's making up its mind. And I think with any good news coming out, they we should probably get above that 50%. And I believe the markets will try to close higher on the year. We got a couple months to do that, right? In this market, the bull market, we could do it in a couple days. We can get back. So, anyway, typically what I've been noticing on Fridays that we get a big IB range or a big opening range, and then we've been staying stuck in that range all day and getting chopped up on Friday. So if you're up though and you're in Chicago, go somewhere because the weather's great out here. If you're where the weather is even great all the time, go do what you do. I mean, sometimes you just there's been a lot of market action this week, and I think you're going to get some. Fridays tend to be a consolidation day, and we haven't had any action. Now, watch it be a trend day up in 5,000 or 7,000 points, and you won't be here, and then I'll get blamed for telling you to go home. So, I just looked over there, and it says Yellen calms the concern over global risk, like she can even do anything about that. Okay, so I hate to be so sarcastic, but the World Banks and the Fed have backed themselves into a corner, and they're just a money printing machine. And you know what? I guess as long as you keep printing money, then we'll be okay. As my partner Pat Tabbitt said, as long as the world doesn't run out of trees, we will be okay because we can keep printing money. All right, so let's get to the chart sharing right now. Okay, right here. All right, so here's the chart that I've been talking about, the 2 year chart, right? With the low is back here in October, the 1800s, 1813 to be exact over there, of 2014. And then this is all the action we've had over the last 2 years. And as you can see, we've been consolidating in here between 1974 and now, we went under this 1939. All right. So, we've been, we're in this area between 1900 and 1974. And this is a good thing. This is a good thing that the market is absorbing all this global sort of global slowdown. I think I told you yesterday that the global consumption's down by like 7%. So got all the turmoil that's going on in China. We've got we got what's going on in currencies and the dollar's being strong. So all this sort of negative information, and the market is pretty resilient. It hasn't exceeded the lows of October of 2014. So that's telling you that the market can absorb a lot of turmoil and bad news. And you guys have no idea how hard this is for me when you're in an interest rate environment that a quarter point makes so much difference. When I first started trading, interest rates were at 19%. 19%. Okay, the interest rates would move in a week a point and a half, 2 points. So this is something that when I look at it, I go, what's everybody concerned about a quarter point? All right. So as far as that's concerned, um, as you can see, I still think that we're in a bit of a downtrend. I think they're going to go back and test that 1831 eventually, which was put in on the day that we made the big move down and lockdown. So let's take a look at the profile in market action overnight. So kind of shrink this up so we can all see it here. All right, we got a high up here. Whoops, wrong spot. There we go. All right, we got a high of 1951, and we've got a low here from the opening 1912.75. So it sold off, and then Janet came and started talking, and woe is me, and the world is good again, and everything is hunky dory. So we've had a big range overnight of almost 5,000 points, and the market is sort of rebounding above that 1930 level and trading right up here at 1940. Okay, so when I look back, where we're coming from here, I think that the market is going to, I'll give you my key points on the way up as I look back at this right now. I looked on the profile and I mapped them out here for you. All right. So we got the bull bear zone at 1922. We got the value area high at 1915 half. Okay. And then we've got the point of control at 1907. And then we've got the value area low at 1899 and a quarter. Yesterday, we kind of pointed out we thought the market was going to 1898.75. And we didn't miss that by much, did we? All right. So on the way up, all right, I think that these are the zones that we got to be concerned about, right? I'm a seller against 51, all right, then 55.75, and then 62 half. I think this zone right in here is going to be the tail of the tape for today. If we can get above, if we get in those zones, if we can keep going. Then on the way down, all right, I'm looking at 34.75 down to 32. This is going to be important for me here. We get below that, and I think the market has a chance to go back and get into the value area high and low and so far. So those are my key zones right now for today. Something new, not new. I've been experimenting with putting out these zones and using it on my own research, and they seem to be quite efficient when I look at the market in this sort of time frame and putting it in zones, which I do over like a 5 to 15 day period. All right, so right now it looks like we're starting to get a typical Friday with a mixed bag of donuts, right? We got a mixed bag of donuts. Right now we're going to see if the market's going to it's trying to take out the 5-minute pivot, where we've had the Russell has already taken its 5-minute pivot out, okay, right now. And so the Russell is in a sell, a short-term sell on the 5-minute basis. All right. And then we have, here is the NASDAQ, okay. So NASDAQ's 5-minute pivot is sitting at 42.8446 right here. 42.84, well, let's call it half. All right. So that's in a buy. And then we have the Dow right here sitting at 16,291. 16,291. All right. So, and then we have the S&P right in here. The attempting to take out. So when I say take out, it means that we need to have a 5 minute close below the pivot price, and then the pivots will change. Okay, let's take a look at the 15-minute pivot. See where it's at. So I back this chart up, and there it is at my zone 32 and a quarter, which I got independently of knowing where the pivot was, right? So I told you I had this zone between 34.75 down to 32, all right? And if the market holds there, I think that you're going to get a rebound back up to the highs, all right? Take a look at this 30-minute pivot, all right? Let's take a look at that. And the 30-minute pivot, okay, is in a buy, and it's sitting right here at the top, right below the top of value, right? I'm sorry, below, right on the top of the bull bear zone. This is at 92.2475, and the bull bear zone is 90.22. So we have it. All right, and then we have here we got the value area. So this is going to be the first key level, 34.75 down to 32 and a quarter. Okay, there was a number I forgot to put on here. No, yes it did. No, it's right here, 1918.75. Okay, right there. So these are all key levels for me, and we're going to take a look, and I'm going to do some more research on this and see if we can't come up with it. But these zones have been very accurate. So pay attention, and we'll get them out to you on Twitter. As far as the other markets, I have to tell you, I've looked at them, but I have not put the value areas in yet. Let me take a look. Bonds are trading 55.24. Bonds are really a kind of flat right now, and I've got oil trading a little higher. So I'll get that stuff out to you on Twitter. Gold looks like it's starting to make a rally, but I mean the move it made yesterday was incredible on the upside. Gold is just taking out the 5 minute pivot, and it's at 11.4560. So I'm looking of as you can tell by my demeanor, I'm not very thrilled about the day. I'm going to be very careful about this market making a move within the first, in a big BC, which is initial balance period, and then the market trying to spend most of the day contained inside the balance period. So let me look at this. Here's the profile. Let's move it over. Get back to the day. So the key is right in here. The market kind of exploded when it got back above 32, then 34.75. Then the market just took off to the upside and went straight up to the highs. And now it's time to make a retracement back, right? That was key, the 1950 51 where it stopped. Like I said, I did that independently. I drew the line, and then I went and looked at today's high, and there it is at 1951. So I just think that Fridays tend to be a consolidation day. We've had a big range. I think a lot of people flattened out yesterday before Yellen started speaking, but the market did have a two-way trade down to the lows, and then now back up to the 1951 high today. So I think you're getting a two-way trade, but it's going to be it could be a small range. Let me see what I have to say. Let me go back on the data series. 14 days. Let me put this on 20 days so we can get an idea of 20-day action. And questions, Andy? Up there.
Just about the average rotations. I put it out here. 7.25 points.
Okay. That's becoming more. Average rotation is 7.25, which is getting a little easier to deal with. But when you get these average rotations of 9, it's crazy. So right here, the average value area low is 1920. All right. The mode is way up here at 1943 and a quarter. And you're going to get different ones because this has been done on the minute. So it's off. So we got, and then we got 1964.75. So I like to put that on it just to see, keep an idea. Look at all the trading that happened in here between 23.75 and 1920. Yeah, so that's gonna be key. So I got the zones up for you, and we'll go from there. I think the market, like I said, on Fridays have typically made a big range on the opening and break at C. And then initial balance period, and then it spends the day trying to make its mind going up, back and forth. So be careful. If you've had a good week, don't give it back. And if you had a bad week, don't make it worse by trying to force it on Friday. Because all I can tell you is that psychologically, it just screws up your weekend. So, try to just come back and trade and live another day and enjoy this great business. You know what? It is great. When you make money, you're on top of the world. When you lose money, it's a shitty feeling, right? So, I feel your pain. I've been doing this for a long time. Anyway, make sure you get any of your questions in. I've got a very, very busy weekend. We're moving offices next week. We'll give you, coming to a couple nicer office, bigger, with the ability to put about 6 or 7 traders in there with us, and which we're going to invite people to come in and to trade with us, spend the day trading with us and doing some other things. All in the new programs that we're going to be rolling out shortly. And Pat Tabbitt has told me they've gotten some additional stuff done on our bubbles and other things that are going on the Ninja charts, and we're rolling forward and moving forward with all of our material. So everybody, thanks. We're getting more viewers on the videos, more viewers on Twitter, and building a great trading community, ability to share with each other is going to be one of my goals as we roll this new program out. So I want everybody to have a good weekend and make some money, and I'll see you. I got a very busy weekend because we're moving. No football this weekend. Western Illinois got a bye, and next week we will resume playing Southern Illinois at Macomb. All right, everybody, have a good weekend. Talk to you later.